round 65. Okay, so the pattern gives us a hint again before we start this round that each bead stitch is made up of 2 stitches. Okay, so we are going to join with a standing single crochet in the last stitch of any side. Okay, so that is our bead stitch. That's the chain 1. That's our bead stitch. Okay, 2 top loops there, 2 top loops there. Okay, so the last stitch is the second part of the bead stitch. So that is where we need to make our standing single crochet. Okay. Right, working in front of the chain 2 corner space, we're going to make a treble into the chain 2 corner space of round 63. Okay, we're now working 65. This was 64, so here's 63. Okay, so come into the chain 2 corner space and in front of the chain 2. Okay, so that's worked in front of that and not over it. We're then going to single crochet, chain 2 and single crochet. We're then going to make another treble in the chain 2 space, working in front of the last round. Okay, so make sure your hook comes up in front of the previous round and make your treble. Okay, so that's your corner. So you've got working in front of round 64, you're going to make a treble down into the chain 2 space from round 63, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. Okay, so if you want to, pop a marker in there. Okay, then another treble down into the chain 2 corner space from round 63. Okay, we are then going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So you're going to need to pull back so that you can clearly see that first stitch from the bead stitch. So 1, 2. Okay, then working in front of the chain 1 space, you're going to treble into the skipped stitch from round 63. Okay, so that's into that one. Okay, I'm trying to keep this quite excuse me, quite zoomed in, but trying not to drop out of frame. Okay, then we've got a repeat that we're going to work across. Whoops. Single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, so that's each of the stitches that form the bead stitch. Treble in the second skipped stitch from round 63. Okay, so that's the one just before the bead stitch each time. Okay, so single crochet in the next 2, treble into the second skip stitch, working in front of the chain 1 space. Okay, so what you're doing is you're actually like boxing your beads in. So each bead 2 single crochets, which is why we skip this first skip stitch under here, and then you'll treble into the second skip stitch and worked in front of your chain space. Okay, so everything stays level, you're not squashing anything down. Okay, and you can also see now where I said to you to keep your tension with your chain 1s loose. You can see how nice and square and neat these bead stitches look. Okay, you are going to do that repeat of the 2 single crochet and then the treble 52 times. Your last one will come into this last stitch here. You'll then single crochet in the next 2 stitches, which is that last bead stitch. Okay, all the way round, join to that standing single crochet with a slip stitch. Okay, round 66. Chain 3, that counts as a double crochet, and then we're going to double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, in the chain 2 corner space we're going to make 2 double crochet, chain 2, let's get that marker out of the way, and 2 double crochet, okay, and then we are going to crochet in the next 165 stitches. Okay, so really important, do not skip that first stitch. So just scoot those stitches along so that you get into that single crochet first, and then your treble is your second stitch. Okay, and then it's quite easy to keep track as you go along. If you just sort of count in 3s, you've got 2 single crochet that you work into, then you're going to work into the treble as you go. Okay, so corners, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Make sure you don't skip that first stitch, working into that single crochet. Okay, and then you're going to double crochet in the next 165 stitches, work all the way round. You've got 3 there you're going to omit on your last repeat. Join to the top of your chain 3, fasten off and secure your ends. Round 67. Okay, and we are making the foundation round for slanting clusters again. Okay, so same as we did down here. So we're going to join with a standing double crochet in any chain 2 corner space, and then double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet. Okay, so each of your corners will be the same. Okay, we're then going to chain 2. We're going to skip that first stitch only, and you're then going to double crochet in the next 2 stitches, chain 2, skip the next 2 stitches. Okay, so double crochet in 2, chain 2, skip the next 2 stitches. So it's only after the corner that you're just going to skip the first stitch. Okay, so remember to look at your posts, because the top loop of that first stitch is likely to be hidden by your corner. Okay, so corners, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, then chain 2, skip the first stitch, and then double crochet in the next 2, chain 2, skip the next 2. So that's your repeat working across. You're going to do that 42 times, okay, which will bring you back round to skipping those last 2 stitches before you start again in your corner. Okay, so all the way round, join to your standing double crochet with a slip stitch. Round 68. Okay, so slanting clusters, the same as we did down here. So remember that the slanting clusters are made as a front post 3 treble cluster and are made around the post of the second double crochet or stitch of each pair. Okay, so to start we're going to chain 1, front post single crochet around the next stitch, which is the second of that pair. We're then going to chain 3, whoops, and make a 3 treble cluster around the post of the same double crochet. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Excuse me. Okay, so skip the chain 2 space, skip the next stitch, front post single crochet around there. And before you carry on, stitch marker through the chain 3 space and the chain 2 corner space. Okay, just to mark your corners, make it easier for you. Okay, so each slanting cluster starts with that front post single, chain 1, 2, 3, and then front post 3 treble cluster. Sorry, I've got a croaky throat this morning. Okay, yarn over, go through all of them. Again, skip the chain 2 space, skip the double crochet, front post single, 1, 2, 3, and then make your cluster. Okay, so you're going to do that 43 times on each side. Mark your corner slanting clusters, and when you're done you will have a corner slanting cluster and 43 normal slanting clusters on each side. Okay, work all the way round, join to that first front post single, fasten off and secure your ends. Round 69. Okay, so again we've done this before, but just to remind you, you are going to join with a standing half double crochet, working over round 68 and between the double crochet from 67 and your cluster. Okay, half double crochet. In the chain 2 corner space, again you're going to work over your chain 3 and into the chain 2 from round 67, 2 half double crochet, chain 2, just move that marker, and 2 half double crochet. Okay, then our repeat is really simple. Between the double crochet and the cluster, so straight down if you like, in front of or around that front post single, half double crochet, working over the chain 3 and into the chain 2, 3 half double crochet. Okay, so each time between the double crochet and the cluster, and then over the chain 3 into the chain 2. Okay, really simple. You are going to repeat that 43 times, and you will then have 1 stitch left when you get to the end, which will be this one. Okay, so half double crochet in there, your corners, 2 half double, chain 2, 2 half double. Then we start with the half double between the double crochet and the cluster, 3 half double over the chain 3 and into the chain 2 space. Okay, all the way round and join to your standing half double crochet with a slip stitch. Okay, and round 70. This is the last round of part 5, so hopefully it's been a much more relaxed week for you after part 4. So we're going to chain 3, that counts as our double crochet. We're then going to double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, so when you look at the pattern and it says omit 3 at the end, there's the 3 stitches that you've already made. Okay, then nice and simple, normal corner, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. You're then going to double crochet in each stitch across, okay, which is a total of 177 stitches. Now, again, because we've got 4 stitches altogether in that corner, you can see that the top of that first stitch is covered. So just scoot those along and make sure that you get into that very first stitch. Okay, so corner, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet, and it's then double crochet in the next 177 stitches. Okay, if you need to, use stitch markers to help you, but also as you're working across you can just count in sections of 4, okay, because you've got 1 half double made between and 3 half double in the chain 3 chain 2 space, so you've got groups of 4 stitches as you work, which also makes it nice and easy. Okay, so key thing, check your posts, not just your top loops, okay, to make sure that you don't skip that very first stitch after the corner. All the way round, join to the top of your chain 3, fasten off and work away all of your ends. And I will see you next time for part 6.